Alright. So everything's ready. And we're back in action. You know, someone was going to mail me $1 million in the mail, and then, stupid little Moogle lost the letter, and I never got it. There goes someone's fortune right there. Or possibly someone's junk mail. But they could already be a winner! Times like this that I wish I remembered what I was doing. But I don't. Let's see, where shall I go? I do remember that I could not complete the next quest until I'm level 14. I was looking for low-level quests to do. I think I am going to go back home and see if I can find some quests like that. So now that there were a lot of quests that I left behind as a black mage, that could be applicable to a white mage. And 13. Not so bad. Horizon has a task for an unoccupied adventurer. I'm totally occupied. So busy right now, can't possibly help you with. For a task to fill your morning. Actually, it's night. Maybe it's like, here's a job. I need you to draw 4 bottles worth of blood from mongrels that roam the south here. Once you have enough, take the foul fluid to the brass blade by the name of Nerozo. Find him somewhere along the road to Horizon, bemoaning his terrible fortune, no doubt. He has to talk to adventurers all day long. It's terrible. I was right. Oh no! The battle is joined! I don't know, it took me a whole 2 seconds to do. It was awfully tough. Do all my spells. heal spell, resurrect spell, slightly more damage spell, AoE spell, and regular defense spell. The white mage does not have many tactics. Big thing. Oh, and he's level 50. I should not mess with a level 50 guy. But I want to mess with the big level 50 guy. Shall crush him beneath the power of my specialty in healing. Huh. That was a silly sound for a very silly mount. Turning this. I am turning this in. For some reason, nowhere near where I got the quest. It seems weird and inconvenient. Requires you apprehending a thief. Most dire happenings are afoot, and also a hand. See with a pun. Aha! Most grave and picturesque trespassing, some unprincipled knaved has been filching supplies from the storeroom. Or to help him this morally challenged rapscallion. Here's quite the vocabulary. I have procured 4 iron leg traps. To be completely honest now, I'm not entirely certain how these things work. Well, you put them around their leg and they can't go anywhere. Would you be so kind as to set them up for me? Once you have done that, please report back to the Here, I'm not sure how to use these leg traps. Set them up in the middle of the open where anyone could possibly be snared by them. This is a good plan. Greetings, adventurers. We have a moment to spare. I have a proposition that can guarantee you profitable and legitimate. Usually, it's one or the other with me. Tell me, do you know what a steel is? It's a scalekin that looks like a snake, except that it gets around on 4 legs. So it's like a lizard. You know, and nothing at all like a snake. Creatures are wont to petrify their prey with their deadly gaze before moving in for the kill. I want to get my hands on eyes. Eyes of serpent, they're called. Eyes of the serpents. Deadly wildlife to procure. I need someone who knows how to handle deadly wildlife procured for me. And by handle, I mean brutally murder. You can slay some of the beasts and bring me 4 of their eyes. I'll see you do that rewarded. I want you to go out into the wild, kill 4 lizards, and bring me their eyes. This is not at all creepy or weird. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's real safe. Just put that right out there, right in front of town where there's a lot of traffic. This huge bear trap, yeah. Won't be a problem at all. There's no way that it could just, like, ensnare some poor, helpless dope who's just walking by. I swear I didn't create a highly hazardous environment. I was just following the directions the guy gave me the quest. Set those traps up for Lupa, have you? Excellent. Perhaps now we'll see who... Those balls in a knapsack! Are those my leg tramps in front of the gate? Furious Chocobo could step right into them and lose a foot. Yeah, I saw this problem coming. I better disarm those things before someone important is horrifically injured. But not someone unimportant. Those guys, I don't care about them. It's not my job or anything. Yes, I know you're just following orders. It's Falupo, you see. He is a moron. He certainly means well. Yes, I'm sure he means well setting out traps right in front of town. Disaster follows the man like a behemoth chasing a butterfly. Are behemoths well known for chasing butterflies? Come, drumstick. We have many random creatures to slay. To show how heroic we truly are. I earn money for doing nothing. Truly the peak of excitement. You press 1, and then when you're done casting the spell, you press 1 again. And then you press 1 again, and if it's not dead yet, you press 1 again. It's very exciting. Hear the power of my white mageness. Beware my mastery of hurling stones at you that are incredibly ineffective. Tremble before me, giant lizard creature. That in no way resembles a snake with legs. Okay, so the quest gets turned in over there, but there's another dude over here. I'm gonna fall down to that hole, aren't I? Don't want to do that. I'm actually kind of surprised that when they spot you, it doesn't have like a huge exclamation point over their head, because it's got the sound effect going. What do you want with me, then? That mongrel blood? Thank the gods. I can finally head back to Horizon. Mongrels are natural enemies of most of our predators, you see. Throw their thick blood in the fire, and the resultant stench will send beastkin fleeing for moms around. A slight work of our patrols. As long as we have a steady supply of the nasty stuff. And I mean real nasty. And I'll wager you can guess which brass braid picked up the short straw of killing mongrels this time around. It was Steve. Yeah, no touch it with me, but it wasn't. Thanks to you, I'm off to enjoy a hot meal and tinker. May Thal's golden halls await you in the afterlife. $20 says you just keep standing there. Yay, I'm wearing a belt that you can't see. Aha! You can't catch me! Me and Drumstick shall flee at the speed of wind. Or at least the speed of giant chicken. Yep, those are the 4 eyes of serpent I want. Slaying as many pesties as it takes to cure. There you go. The eyes! I am taken aback for some reason. What do I mean to do with these things, you ask? Well, sell them, of course. They may not look like much at first, but if you dip them in an alchemical concoction, they transform into beautiful red gemstones. These gemstones happen to fetch a handsome price. Pisties aren't found in Black Sands, you see. As a merchant, it's my job to know such things. I shall pay you approximately nothing. Too bad for you, adventurer. I wouldn't like to know what this thing is. Looks like it's a lift, except for the fact that it's clearly not moving. Level 13? I'm level 13. Would like you to call the foothills. Since you're here, might as well make yourself useful. The Urbanans swimming around this site are disrupting the thermatologist's work. Which means that we gotta slaughter a lot of them. You can help us out by curing 6 the beasts. Let me know when you're finished. There's one right there. If you get off your badass right there, you can slay it just immediately. But I suppose you're awfully busy, but with sitting there doing nothing. Actually, the area they pointed out is immediately around him. He is just super lazy. Like, the most sluggish of all slugs. Dun, dun, dun. Ding, fires are done. Dragonborn. I figured I'd have to target myself, oh noes! Oh, that sucks. Why can I target myself? Because that's the wrong spell. Well, that's incredibly embarrassing. Hope no one would notice that. You are already dead. You are also already dead. Huh. I guess my weak sauce DOT just didn't work at all. Damn you white mages! That was a really exciting thing. Much obliged, adventure. There's 6 fewer operant pester our guest. Truth be told, that much is going from the city. Saying as they want to take the garden, take a gander. A room just close to horizon. The officers reckoned to be held responsible for any incidents regardless. So here we are. Ain't much work, but we're still got to stay on the guard. For Orobon, so much as nibbles on one of their toes, we're liable to lose all of ours. For some reason, I'm a Texan now. these staffs are better than my current staff. Well, that was a terrible move. Hey, all of my skills went to the correct spots. So that's something. As fate would have it. Out of my way, you ugly buzzard. Got things to do and people to kill. You bother me, son, you bother me. Hey, lady. Have you some time to spare, an old fishwife friend? I've nets what need tending, as you can probably tell. These nets you see hanging here, I've been using hauling fish. Problem is, in the doing, they dredge up all manner of junk from the sea bottom. Be glad if you picked any debris from them. What'd you find? Floats him over here, jets him over there. Okay, how did my character reach that? She is very short. And that quest was very pointless. I tell you, it's just no easy little thing being a fish life. When not mend the nets, and patching sails, I'm playing to laymen to still waters in a hardy hull. Still, wouldn't trade it for all a hard day's work for anything. If only I could lead the dialogue in front of me. And I'll probably be able to see these. Yep, I can see them. Also, my previous clubs were green, and I just noticed that. But I guess they gave me a green thumb. The pain in the bloody arse. What do these these guys think they are, anyway? Just look at all this, wouldn't ya? A merchant from Limsa Lumsa dumps his junk when he's shipped out. Claimed it wasn't fit for selling. So, he just up and left it. Barbarians. What passes for etiquettes across the Strait of that M word? Don't suppose I could ask you to clean up the rest for me, eh? Please? I'm picking up so much junk already. The mere sight of it fair makes me gag. Busy work, the game. Bottomless toolbox. You know, the bottomless toolbox is probably quite valuable. Now that I wouldn't mind having a bottomless number of tools. Yep, someone got drunk. Who leaves vegetables out? Sick. Unsold pot. I could use some pot right now. Hauling stuff makes me run faster! Thank you, friend. Seeing this place clean again does me old soul good. Though, I suppose some other lumpsome merchants will be by before long, leave more filth behind. Yeah, I hate me lot in life. The seeds of change. Go back home, complete that quest that I was doing. Probably have just enough experience to get the level 15 class quest. And away I'll go. Gotta get that cardio in. Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back. And I do believe we've reached an accommodation. 'Twould seem I was stricter than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has made a great difference. This dance is for the feast of the harvest. We harvest it and we feast on it. To give thanks to Nafoka and the elementals. There must be no aggression in this dance. You get the slightest bit perturbed, it won't work. It's not the way it works. Lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. I do realize I haven't made the best first impression. You could say that again. Shut up, you. Having you fetch my students for me. To make up for it, will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as a kind of peace offering. But don't get angry while dancing, otherwise it will cause a giant abominable spirit to crush you. I didn't mention that before, did I? That's just stupid looking. Ladies and gentlemen, white people dancing! That was dumb. Oh, you're gonna make me do it, aren't you? I guess it looks okay on the tiny and cute little race in this game. But if you had one of the big giant hulking races doing that, yeah, that would just look embarrassing. You're a born dancer. You don't look entirely stupid at all. And so say we, and so say we. We. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done. And so say we, so say we. Swings his axe and says, remember, shiver, shiver me timber. And so say we, so say we. Oh no, you're terrible. Get the heck out of here. What have you done? You've brought a weapon to a sacred dance. The matron forgive us, we were surely doomed. I don't know. I think it looks, it's like a big meat cleaver. Master Beaton, you scared her off. We were having fun. Timber Master Beaton. Wasn't that a sailor song? How do you know that? Are you a sailor? That's a sailor song. Never mind how I know it. I wasn't a sailor. Being a sailor is an embarrassment. I would never do that. More to the point, what could have troubled Mistress... I can't pronounce any of these names. You did! She said we are supposed to be peaceful or the elementals will be upset. And you know how uptight she gets. God, she needs to get laid. Of course, a relationships never does run smooth, child. You will all discover that in time. I don't know. I think she doesn't like you like that. Also, that guy's really tall. We're gonna take along for no reason. Yay! You have learned the emote harvest dance. You can now accept. Conjurer's Guild is up north. So I did earth, I did air, which leaves me needing water, fire, and heart. And then I can summon Captain Planet. Seeing as how fire is something that the Black Mage does, and water is possibly the same thing as ice, which the Black Mage does. But I do technically have heart in that. I think that's what healing magic is. Probably, maybe. So we learn about the element of water. Okay! So I am going to learn water. Which means that I will, in fact, have earth. Earth for the white mage. Fire for the black mage. Water for the white mage. Wind for the white mage. And heart, because I think heart is a healing spell. So I will be able to summon Captain Planet with all my elemental powers. Hooray! Fluid of War. 15-yard knockback with bind. It's good to see you again. By the aurora you exude, it is plain that you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of art, water. Take this bucket. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water. Okay, I wasn't quite right. It was a flask, not a bucket. And pour it on the foot of the hedge tree found near the Hawthorn Hut. Water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. How do you know that? Dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Jokin at the Hawthorn Hut. As you might expect, he's a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brooks and streams. I can listen to the murmuring of brooks and streams, I don't even need special powers. Listen well to the advice. If you listen well to his advice, if you would learn to master the element of water. Shazam! I travel through the ether to get where I'm going. There are a lot of good quests around here when I get to level 20. Whee! It's a corrupt tree, you see. It's more highly textured. We can't possibly have that. Foul presence! Kill it! Say, what quest do we give to the characters who are a healing class? Have them murder some stuff. It's not like they're not good at killing stuff, right? Although I suppose forcing me to just, like, heal a bunch of guys and not actually fight would have been boring, so... Damn you do, damn you don't. Now what? Oh yes, I gotta talk to the guy. Although, he never told me where the guy actually is. He just said, go talk to him afterwards. Oh, hey there. He's got a pointy hat. He's got to be important. Or possibly a wizard. Greetings, Sheila! Brother Isumi informs me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled waters of the hedge tree. I've been real busy here. I couldn't do that myself. I got to, look busy. The joyous burblings of the elementals, was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Now I can sit here and continue to do nothing all day long. And without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. How to get hot chicks. I mean, how to deal with water power. Perhaps you do not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson today concerns the element of water. Well, considering that I used water on it and it's a water spirit, I thought it was water related to start with. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Yes, it requires carbon dioxide as well. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in each of the tree's roots and all the way to the tips of the leaves. Precious liquid is the lifeblood of the 12's wood. Without it, naught would grow. But I like knots. But should it rise too great in volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a cascading wave that crashes away all before it. It would be a flood, a terrible flood. It's important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As Gondry derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our in a manner that will disrupt the state. I must for the plug of war. Nature, hippie, flower child, blah, blah, blah. I am here, sir. What has transpired? I nod and go to sleep and salute. I heard a young antelope stag have gone berserk. I doubt what's got him so panicked. I don't know what's got him so panicked, but there's no calming him now. The mad beast gored the soldier sent to shepherd him away from the civilized settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over our Justin Spire and not enough hands to actually bleeding. We need a healer, fast. Aw, man, a healer. That means I actually gotta walk over there and do something? Oh. Curious, I sensed nothing amiss in the whisper of the elementals. Well, maybe that's because you were listening to a river when you were trying to figure that out. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Ah, apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let's make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too will be suffice. I doubt that we too will suffice. I will get that line right eventually. We should stand around and do nothing, and then discuss what we're going to do instead, while those men slowly bleed out and die. We must divide our forces. You go to work, and I will sit here and continue to tend to this hot young lady. And tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers, and follow after you, bearing what restorative ingots I can. You, sir, head to Fane and beseech the aid of Brother E. Sumnai. Once again, you go do all the work. I'll sit here and do something else. It would appear that I made a wrong turn. I need to get on top. Where be the wounded? Or conjurer, you say, praise the Foka. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. I know a healing spell. Will that make them better? I can finally use my healing spell. I can breathe! I can fight! Oh boy, I healed one guy who appears to have already died. This is fantastic. These folks are out of danger for the present. You healed that one guy, congratulations. But I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with those stags here rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the Wood Whalers. I'll put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast, and do not worry, my art should suffice to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. It's almost like you were completely unnecessary to this whole expedition. Jump! Hey, look! It's the little girl who's out of balance. Come to lend a hand at you. Quickly, the fight is this way. And the battle is joined. That looks awfully brutal. It's hardcore for an elk battle. Oh man. Guy's getting owned. Conjurer, your aid! Stone that stupid stag thing. Angry young antelope stag. Kill it! Don't die! Don't die! Worthless. Worthless, worthless, worthless. Hey there, little girl. Getting Crystal Chronicle flashbacks again. What just happened? Yes? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Please tell me that you are not... Please tell me that we are not too late. He looks awfully dead. What have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Only we are allowed to use healing magic. You haven't read every tome of the 10,000 tomes to actually learn the proper procedure in order to file a complaint to heal someone. If you don't file the proper forms, someone might actually get hurt as you're trying to heal them, even though you're a savant and you have displayed, nothing bad about that. not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. What mistakes? You have not said anything about that. My mother did anything wrong. She's right, you know. Literally, the only complaint you have is that she didn't study the manual first. You know. You didn't study the manual. You can't help people until you study the manual. Even though you've clearly displayed your ability to heal people without needing to study it. Let me ask you to follow her. I fear my presence will only provoke her further. You're a mute. You won't bother her at all. I'm off to go do something else. You and your tiny boat can fix this problem. Meanwhile, she's passed out on the ground somewhere. Don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster is trying to warn me about? No, he was trying to warn you that if you don't study nature, you won't be able to be a proper conjurer, which is not the same thing as losing your powers. He said I was repeating my mother's mistake. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. Not that, you know, she did the... whatever. Then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. If I can't heal things, I'll die. I need to be alone. She's already dead. She's a ghost. Shazam! Now I'm back. How'd you get here so fast? I teleported. That's not one of the powers of a white mage. Okay, I cheated. Were you able to speak for Sylphie? Sylphie? I see. She thinks she's going to die. I think we can use that to our advantage. And when such of the conjurers harness the power of nature, that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, fire, heart, go planets. Healing as a principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stemmed from her own life force. Well, that's bad. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I most fear has come to pass. She's going to die. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills. You know, you probably could have told her that you're drawing on your life force and you're going to die if you don't learn the proper arts. That could have been more useful than just sounding like some rigorous old teacher who felt the need that she had to know all the basics before she... You're stupid, okay? Absolute power is anything even greater. Thus it is not expected when she has reached her limit of strength at much an earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffering the same fate as her mother. My cat ears are not allowed. I shall think of a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I may need. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, water, and grow closer to nature with every passing day. And I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, I learned. In your encounter with water, you learned it was a bear of life. But you also felt nature at large, the element of water is possessed by more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. In recognition of this feat, the spell Fluid of Aura is now yours to command. I transfer it to you by way of plot convenience. This is the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself much more closer to the elements and to nature. Which pair of pants do you want? They are all very fine pants. Ooh, look at that! Fine, fine robes. These are the exact same robes, actually. Neat. Ah, my pants are short. And my boots are long. Ring, 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 ring. Servant phone. Grant with that which you desire. Honey, 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 honey. Require aught else. Adventure. Like you retain reckoning experience and levels. This, in turn, will allow you to take on a wide variety of ventures, yielding more desirable items. Wherever equipping additional gear to your retaining will increase both the quality and quantity of items procured. Field Exposition 2. Venture report, design venture, sales history. Routine your attributes and gear. You are level 5. Also, you have my earring. I want my earring. For I do not currently have an earring. Chain of gear is current. Ah, should have pulled it off when I had the chance. Experience points. That. Lots of crafting stuff in here. Let's see here. That. Two sets of that. Same thing. That. Magic. I'm level 15. What you got? Not level 17. So you want to be a botanist. It's hard work, you know. By the name of Six an adventurer. You there, adventurer! Yes, you will suffice. Kind of small, but you'll suffice. I have a job I need performed, and I'm willing to pay the going rate, whatever the going rate is. Trifling task, really. I simply need you to ask the locals here at Brent Branch Meadows what the head wrangler covets most of all in the world. This is a private matter, lest you doubt, so be sure to inquire discreetly. When I say head wrangler, I don't mean what you think I mean. And please, for the love of now, do not reveal that you are in my employ. In fact, it would be best if my name wasn't mentioned at all. Forget I ever talked to you. She's gonna be so embarrassed when she finds out it's a practical joke and that actually means something completely sexual and terrible. What does Keyleth covet most? Why would you wish to know some? Wait a minute, that Elden merchant put you up to this, didn't he? He's wasting his time with this approach. The man is serious about owning a chocobo. You'd be better served by convincing Keith of his intent to provide the bird with the proper care and attention. Oh. The only thing Keith wants is for her birds to be happy. If she cares for anything besides the well-being of chocobos, that I've not heard of. Is that about Miss Keith? The peddler's dirty work, are you? See, they all know just immediately. That half-wit thinks some shiny trinket will move her heart, and he's dafter than he looks. Any folk can see Miss Keith is only interested in her birds. Tell Kukovach from me that if he persists in harassing the head wrangler, the wood whalers will remove him from Brent Branch Meadows for disrupting the peace. Got that? Oh, I feel kind of bad for you. I'll let your pet drumstick instead. Well, do you plan to keep me in suspense? I must have a chocobo for my very... What's this? Told you nothing of her material desires. Bummer. Stubbornness in this Gordanian is infuriating. I should have known better than to hire a buffoon for such delicate work. Hey! To think of the amount of gil I have wasted on this fruitless venture. Oh, cease your mewing. I promise you a reward, and a reward you shall have. Now leave me to my misfortune. Jerk. fence building materials. Greetings, madam. You have a distinct air of an adventurer. Might I trouble you for assistance? In recent days, a heartless cad has been sneaking into the ranch to scare our chocobos. The birds are in a state of constant unease, wondering when the next fright will come. It's my hope that extending the fence will help you to keep the intruder out. To this end, I would ask you to procure some strands of dermite web, like a surprisingly sturdy construction material. To be able to obtain the weight from the earth themselves, there are usually few to find roaming around the lands, and then takes should be insufficient. Yeah, just kill them and pull the webs right out of their abdomens. Actually, that's a scorpion. Scorpions don't make webs. Worthless spell that is. There are some very scary looking scorpion things, actually. Ah, you have returned. That's a big ball of sticky, nasty innards. Perfect for building posts together. Were I still an Ishgard, I would never have entertained the notion of using such a bizarre material in this manner. Oh, did I not mention I was from Ishgard? Ah, well, then yes, is in fact actually my second home. My native land was once famous for its chocobo stables. The man in Eorzea could speak of the creatures without his thoughts turning naturally to Ishgard. Sadly, however, the time passed. I left my homeland to accept employment here at the ranch. Instruct others, the methods of chocobo husbandry, and I found it is often I who am recipient of others' instructions in many great matters. Truly, one can never know what life may hold in store. Nice to assume. Socially here is the trick to raising chocobos is to always clean out the cage immediately. Ooh, it's a lightning bolt. Where do I go now? I've never been to this area. And away I go. Quest. Ah! There's some decent quests. Be at one with the giant crystal. Do I have any mail? No. I never have any mail. I doubt if I'm going to survive in this area. Never been there. Never been there. Or there. That's a place I need to go around here. Back to Aleport. There's exploring to be done. So there is some actually level 15 quests around here. Surprisingly. Way. Okay. Boy adventurer! My tub sails soon and I have to have a little something on the journey. The dusk bats are flying. Think yourself lightsome enough to bring me 5 wings? 4 won't do and 6 is no good. Thou shalt not count 2 unless thou shalt continue to count to 3. Welcome you are to any Suffert's sloth as you know what to do with them. He wants wings, okay? And not buffalo wings, bat wings. For reasons that I can't possibly fathom. You look like an adventurer who gets around. Mayhaps you notice the coers and jackals at each other's throats of late. You've never seen anything quite like it, and the bloodshed only worsens by the day. This continues. I dare say that one of these groups will wipe out the other before long. Now, it bears mentioning that this species of coral isn't native to Verbrand. By rights, they shouldn't even be here. Nay, I believe they were smuggled. I know of a merchant who may have a hand in these dealings. Her name is Rakanth. And after some probing, I've come to believe that she's somehow involved. I would question her myself, but she'd probably break me in half. But she is like to flee at the first sight of yellow. That's where you come in. You're not wearing that hideous yellow garb you used to. You're perfect. You just speak with her and learn what you can. Take a look around. She's bound to be nearby. Are you smuggling cats? What's this? So they've sent you to do their dirty work. Us to murder you too. Well, you never take me alive, copper! Never! She's fast. She's fast, but she leaves an incredibly big and obvious aura where she stands. Can't beat me, thug. I know how to make rocks appear. I'm gonna get you, you salty sea dog. Going down, sucker. Please don't hurt me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I smuggle in the corals for breeding like you asked. That's it. It ain't the one. I ain't the one sending jackals into the frenzy, I swear. Eh? Yellow Jacket sent you and they ain't no pirates. Why the hell did you say so earlier? Well, you got me. I'm the kind that cores an airport. Easy good for nothing. Pirates have been bleeding jackals around too. The right training, they make for nasty watchdogs. I like. The pirates wanted more. That's why they asked me for the corals that they did. Smuggle them in. The pirates took them before I finished the job. Suppose they didn't have to wait. Suppose they didn't want to wait for the breeding. The buggers let them escape. Now they have jackals on the loose, trying to get rid of corals, clean their mess. I'm a victim as well, you know. I pay good coin for the animals, but I got folks chasing after me, wanting to cover their tracks, I'm sure. You hurry on and tell those Yellow Jackets I ain't to blame you here. Hi, you're back. Can you tell me every phone stealing? Claims to be a victim as well. It was her greed that brought the coerced to Belle, but she is sorely mistaken to think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. At any rate, we now know why the corals and jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. Pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues. We've managed to capture some guys. They've been questioning as we speak. Ooh, my cape is blowing in the wind. It won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, friend. The Yellow Jackets will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there's still the matter of Rolone the Beast running amok in the fields. Should I think what may happen should the Yellow Jackets continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential to its success. Hey, kitty! Now then, we need to do something about the corals running wild and bad. Jackals have greatly reduced their numbers, but the presence of corals will help the balance of predation in Alport. Given time, they will establish a breeding population, perhaps even prey upon more than just animals. Those house cats will eventually kill us all. Large number of merchants, sailors, and travelers pass through Alport daily, meaning a great many people will be at risk unless we stop the corals now. The numbers have been reduced, but they may increase at some point. This is an immediate threat, for some reason. Which is a pain to say this must be done away with. I like that no more than you, but we gel. Blah. Or it's last night somewhere in Skull Valley. Already play secret. There's a man to breeding jackals or pirates, but I fear she may be concealing wardens elsewhere. Can you speak with her once more to prove my suspicions are true? If she wishes to pay a little victim, perhaps this time be more forthcoming with information. Tell her that although we cannot grant her impunity, preparation will ensure a lighter sentence. And she's gone back to standing in the exact same spot. Reason if I want hiding more jackals. Fine, I'll come clean. Fine, I'll come clean if it means preserving me liberty. All the jackals are long gone, but there's a wolf pup I was looking after not too far from here. Jackals are easy to come by in Hellport, but wolves, sure folks would pay good money for them. In fact, I haven't had time to care for him. Poor thing's probably too weak from hunger to move. You're a terrible person. I'll tell you where to find him, but if you want to take him, best move now. I won't be long before they snoop under him. That's terrible. I warn ye, though, he may be a pup, and he's likely to make a meal of anyone who gets close to him. Try winning over his stomach with this here succulent bone. If that ain't enough, try opening his belly to soothe him. I bet he'd be following you everywhere. I left my critter in Quarry Stone. Hurry before the pirates find him. Screw you guys! It only hits one target. Great. Mew mew. Mew 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 mew. Some good stock back sound effects. Also, some good stock dinosaur sounds. I immediately hate these guys. Ah, I didn't see that one coming, did you, Bat? I'd like to point out that these stones I'm throwing at this bat are in fact larger than the bat itself. Now, if someone threw a stone at me that was as large as the me that he's throwing at, I think that would hurt, and probably kill me much faster. Don't worry, doggy. I shall save you. Come, drumstick. We have lives to save. Is that a flying monkey? No, it's just a winged lizard. Huh. Some poor adventurer was hoofing it. Grrr. Feed him the cat. Yip, 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 yip. Grrr. Don't know how to spell soothe. It's got two O's and an E. Sniff, sniff. Going right in my pants. Gots to have that buff. We're gonna start popping quarry stone. You have any luck? Here he is. Oh, he's wearing a bandana. Isn't he cute? So this is the puppet in the high. Well done. She was here not long ago, as a matter of fact. It seems she is willing to cooperate with the authorities and help set things right. But that's not all! While you were searching for the puppet group of pirates related to the investigators who were taken in custody. We couldn't have done it without your help. The ringleader has yet to be found. Perhaps now Alpar can join a moment of respite. Shut up, you. You're too cute to bark. All that remains is what to do with this pup. He seems to have taken a liking to you. Perhaps it'd be best if you looked after him. There's simply no room for him in headquarters. Letting him wander around on his own is out of the question. Realize how sudden this is, but please give him a good home. A cat is fine too. That's a rather large cat. Let's see, says Baby Koala is all that remains. It's truly a shame that it came to this. Most of the jackals died fighting against the ground, but it seems you slew the pirate's last litter while saving this one. Let us at least take solace in knowing the bloodshed has ended. There's a bit of news to be had, however, receiving word not long ago that a group of pirates... You already said that! My jackets are not fit to care for, especially when they're full grown. We cannot simply release it back into the wild. I suppose there is only one option. I shall shackle him to you forever. Dat kitten. Extremely proud to find creatures, even when young. Faced with insurmountable odds, going shy away from a fight, choosing rather to perish in combat rather than run. This characteristics keeps crowd numbers low, but ensures the strength of those who survive. Ready to serve as war wolves in the Imperial Army, the Puppet-Wisku, for any permanent damage could have been done to his playful spirit. May follow you to the end of the world and back, as long as you toss him an occasional biscuit. Biscuit! I've got no words to mince with whelps unless you're growl at your tongue. Up in the sky, look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the replica. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector. Look at that tiny kitten. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the kitten. Look at it. Look at it. I want all of you to look at it. Oh, there's no one coming. This is literally the most obedient cat ever, because it's actually following me. Just run, cat, run! Ahoy there! Keep your voice down. Nobody business hours in it. You got what I asked for? Yes, I got bat wings. Them's the ones. As pretty a job as I've seen. Oh, your way won a battle, eh? Well, that's just fine, thank you. Why, we shoulders give me a superstitious lot, you know. Some of the crew might look at me odd-like for carrying bat parts. When the wind's done died and the water casks are dry. This odd one day overboard. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no superstition about that. That's because it's been my luck since I was a boy. Survived more than 2 weeks once on 3 bats I caught. Trapped at the top of an abandoned watchtower. Even ate a wing off one afore I made up my mind to climb down the wall. This journey will be sailing parts of the isle of Umbro. I can feel the sea honing those reefs. Lights that fell sort of burned dim since the calamity. I've always found it a mite too much like that old watchtower for comfort. I ain't been that farin' boy for a long time. Ill-used, starved, more than half mad. Inching down that sandstone wall and handholds no bigger than a fingertip. But I've had me 5 bat wings on every journey, just the same as that boy had. clean slipped me mind that last time. I have another thing to ask of ye. My bearings are liveling on the water, but on land, well, I'm what you landlubbers call at sea. Got a letter that needs delivering, and you're the maid for it. I went ashore on some rocks on a voyage in, and a faded petticoat come up to me. A faded petticoat come up to me. Says she got a daughter in Camp Skull Valley, what she hasn't been seen in years. Had tears in her eyes. Pretty eyes, too, of her woman past her child in years. She must have had a real beauty in the day. Beauty. Always had a soft spot for 20 eyes. Perhaps because the sea's green-eyed a year ago, and the skies, her sister, have eyes blue and red, grey and black. Well, it's not ever goes by witzily. Take the letter to her, huh? Mummy dearests. Come, my kitten. Oh, I can't see. I want to see the kitten run alongside the giant chicken. Oh, must be inside. I do not know where that quest is. Okay, so it is on top of this bridge. But I can't get there from here. Hey there. Hark! Enemy in the sky! Pull yourselves together, Private. You've been trained for this. Even if the only action you've ever seen has been street fights, tavern brawls, fisticuffs over who cheated at checkers. You know, that one time that guy stole my banana. First things first. I must ready the cannon. Now, walk myself to the steps. Okay. Make certain that you are with Sucker. Bringing me a cannon is no swift matter. So far, so good. Let's do this. Get Camille here and Camille. That girl, always nowhere to be found when she needed. Fine. Sarge always says to improvise. You over there, adventurer. Romsa Limsum has need of your service. Slow down the enemies while I aim the cannon. I'll be ready ere the fifth carcass is cold, I promise. Avanti! No, I can't jump off. Damn invisible walls. I can jump that way. Oh, that hurts so much. What is it? These are the winged lizards that I saw earlier, were they not? Real nice if I had a guy with a cannon for backup. Too bad there's no guy with a cannon just sitting around. Hint, hint. Get back. And as expected, he never actually fired a shot. You fail at your job there, buddy. Ready to fire. I kept my promise, adventurer. And you kept your skills well honed, I see. Moment, just received dispatch. What? They weren't attacking Alport. Well, that's... What? We're not important enough? They were just babies. You have to be duller than a box of hair to fly at the cannon position times before what they are. Suppose all well and well, but I must admit I was looking forward to putting my training to real use. Didn't join the Maelstrom to make up brawls, you know, and now I shall have to clean the cannon. More quests! Well, I made a right mess of things the other day. Commander Fellbach said, "She'll dock my pay if I pulled something like that again." At least I didn't get tossed in the brig. That's Samil. I have been very Cheney since. Caney? I've little enough coin as it is, my papers to slack my thirst with. But this time, there's a real attack on Ailport. Off I go to arm the cannon. Save Ailport from those bloodbaths on 4 legs. And we'll see what the commander has to say. For Ailport and glory, slow down the horde. I'm certain to be ready for this by the time you slaughter 5. It's a rolling theme here. Oh yeah, these wild animals just standing here are they're really a danger to your whole city. Looks like he didn't have the stones to fight him. This fight is rock hard. Don't take my magic for granted. Cold stone slab. I'm gonna rock you, man. Sure do look silly in this game. Goblin, 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 goblin. Goblin, 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 all those goblins. It's the goblin of goblinness. That's one more thing completed for me. Ooh, bat fang. Do bats even have fangs? I'm not sure. There's a currency here. Currency. Not nearly enough to go up. What does that last for? 30 minutes. Hey, Pipsqueak. Well slayed. Or do I mean slain? What is the plural of slay? I shall need to know these things if I'm to be officer. I've got the powder and the ball loaded and primed. Now for the slow match. Heart, a dispatch. Stand down forthwith. Not again. But surely these admonishments are clear and present. Edgemoles, you're certain. Well, but that's like an admonishment, except got, well, weakened. Not all that dangerous. Why, oh why? Perhaps I've been cursed by some enemy. Not very likely for a mere storm private, second class or no. I am a second class private. Now the commander will dock my pay and leave my whistle dry as dust. Well, my lady most gallant, it is called Aleport. I spent a great deal of time admiring the underside of many tavern tables. I can tell you that. What? It could be that my humors are out of balance from a surfeit of ale, and thus, I see it now. There is this excess blood, which has overfed my martial zeal. Sheila, your learned ways have shown me the light. Much thanks. You don't have to receive a leeching. I've got too much blood in my alcohol. Greetings. You deliver this in my stead to Camp Skull Valley. It's a report to Commander Felbuck. Well, as plain spoke as I can be, and I was going to report in person, but for some reason I barely have strength to visit the barber for leeching, let alone make the trip to Skull Valley. I don't suppose it'd be sparing a doc can pay. You don't think you'd clap me in the brig, do you? That's a shiny white griffin. Me and Drumstick on the road to fight all the things that come our way. Let the battle be joined. Throwing rocks at a giant bug is about as effective as throwing rocks at a giant bug. Kitten, help me to kill this giant bug. Kittens are great at killing bugs. Actually, funnily enough, I think that the cat does have an animation for attacking, even though it's obviously not very effective. Hey there. Please make sure that I said you were looking for me. A letter from Mama? I haven't heard from her in so long. She never answered my letters. No, stay, where I have a reply to send. What the? Stone-hearted, stone-hearted grasping hag. Wouldn't let me take so much as a hunk of dried fish when I left the island. Now she wants to kill that succubus. You think me cold? Fie on what you think. I wanted something better than tilling salty fields and spilling small fry out of the nets. Occasionally taking a passing sailor into my bed. For Mario, the same. She's receiving no reply from me. Thank you for your service and good day to you. Weapons and armor in order. Saltpeter, basic provisions, all in order. Poisons? No. Spoils and are gone. Adventure. Sheila, was it? Mayhaps we can let bygones be bygones. You are skilled in wrangling beasts, I hear. I have a need for pelican poison. Do pelicans often poison their prey? Poison can be readily gathered from pelicans in the area, but I must continue my duties here. If your duty is to maintain the poison, then why aren't you allowed to go gather the poison? This seems like a fatal flaw. I, adventurer, one whose name rings bell. You have been of service to the Maelstrom, I hear. What brings you to Skull Valley? You're one very pathetic private. Report from Private Chanel. Does her little credit that she did not make the trip herself. Stay while I pursue this. It's not proclaimed at least that one. Unfortunately, she has gone to rack and ruin since she was posted at Elport. She was among the first in her shoal to be promoted second class, yet now... do you know what a soldier's greatest enemy is, Sheila? Boredom. Inspection has been playing cavern, fighting this foe. She'll order the paymaster to dock her pay. I'll not sign a censor. If she can stay out of the taverns and learn to keep herself busy, she may yet earn her salt. Tarry a while. It does not be said that an adventurer came to Camp Skull Valley and left without honest work for honest pay. We have a problem that other encampments may well find invaluable. The dodos are so plentiful that they even bask within the barracks, and I suppose we will move forthwith before it draws beasts dangerous to men as well as birds. When stone wasn't powerful enough, be sure to stone too. Your super special power is that you learned how to slightly change what your attack is. Huh. Aha! Got some more power behind it now. It actually looks threatening now. Boom! Pile of stone right at your feet. Got rocked. Swiftly done. They do say that where a soldier dallies, an adventurer hurries. Peaceful as it may seem now, this encampment was built to ward against the kobolds of Ogremer to the north. We do not forget our purpose. You only need to look at our name. The high floor was once lined with skulls of kobolds who we slew, so that no invader might reach its southern mouth, the settlement beyond, without treading on death with every step. Nowadays, it seems we are in danger of treading on dodo eggs every turn, or addlers that feast on them. Dodos brought by settlers now run feral and keep us in meat, eggs, and headaches. Jump. Get stoned. Feel my stony wrath, sucker. You are already dead. Down you go. Excuse me. I can return adventurer right now. Yes, I have plenty of poison. Ah, I see we're not filling the vials. Last adventurer returned with each barely half full, and had the cheek to demand full pay. I have had a low opinion of adventurers since, but you know of our past with the kobolds, but they are not the foe we fight today. Nay, all the guns are trained on the fishbacks. Such a wee thing, this vial. This too is a gun. So susceptible the shilligans are to pelican poison, that even the rawest recruit may, with a poison-tipped arrow, find yourself a fisher of beastmen. There was a settlement here once near Halfstone. The primal Leviathan rose. There's generations of unknown in the season, whole families perish. Oh my gosh. They really have some settlement, but I believe it to be a home worth fighting for. So we fight, steal, fire, even poison to reclaim that which is ours. Camp Skull Valley was built to hold against the attacks from the sea. To the north, sea. To the north and south lie narrow channels. The tide gate that each hole, blah. Will you deliver a bottle of Lowland lines to the captain of North and South Tailgate? Call it a small privilege. Please take the first bottle to Captain Blah at Southgate. Captain Bligh. I am literally delivering wine. I have become a courier, and I am not okay with that. Hail, adventurer. What brings you to South Tidegate? Need some liquor? Bottle of Lowland from Sergeant Whitson. Now isn't that something? And she is. Now isn't that something? And isn't she something? Crisp, yet full-bodied is my guess. The wine's pretty good too. You know, don't think that I had a chance with a woman like that. But looks like she's sweet on me. It's hopeless. Always was popular with the fairer sex, if I say so myself. I have a brother. Heard about that? He's captain of North Tide Gate. Like as peas in a pod, they say. But they never pop these peas out of the pod, if you take my meaning. I have no idea what you mean. Winston. Got a way about her, she does. Cool as spray. But there's fire. And welcome she is to show me light and scorch from every stitch twitch the two of us. Yes, my love. I shall have you. My brother's not a keeper. You all look the same. There are any captains I'm received. The bar is for Captain Northman at the North Town Gate. Should have mentioned their brothers in blood as well as arms. You'd think them closer for it, but the bickering is well nigh constant. You'd think them closer for it, but the bickering is well nigh constant. Hail, adventurer. North Tide Gate is no place for idlers. Care for some wine? Whitson. Quartermaster. The quartermaster? That mousy-looking girl? Still, she has an excellent taste in wine. Must be a mind-reader. For I have a supper of ocean cloud waiting that wants nothing more than a glass of lowland vintage. So, sent you over with a bottle just for me, What? Sent one to that back berth in South Taigate, too. Oh, you know what he's going to think now. That she's his for the taking. That's strutting. Well, he's got another thing coming. Misunderstanding an innocent kindness like that. He's a quartermaster. Doesn't he know that she is a professional interest? Goatish fool. I won't have him bothering that lovely girl. Where is Ratham? I took that barnacle the engineer. Where is Ratham? I told that barnacle the engineers were letting us take the new cannon out for a test. 12 know what the mood will next. 12 mo know when the mood will next strike those hugger muggers. Probably over at the crypt again. Morbid, I call it. I like a good wallow now and then, but he boos on dead folk he didn't even know. You go fetch Rotham. I'll be liable to profane the lichyard by beating him about his thick head with that big stone hourglass. Aye, there I go again, blaspheming the keeper. Not that I much care for that Ponzi, and that'll probably another bout of the abomination. Here, take these flowers. Retham's at the Founder's Keep. Give him the pretties for the dead. That'll clear my slate with the gods. Rest in peace of the 12, Radmar. Aye, bring flowers. Come, no need to be shy. There's plenty of space. Small in life, he who sleeps here is large in death. Never know now there was... You never know now there was a hamlet here, would ye? Halfstone, it was called. Built on the sweat of near 10 score brows. Foot to the seven's torch. Zetterlands fought, aye, and how, and with not a trained soldier among them. Agamar was one of these, farmer by trade. He stayed behind to cover the final retreat, asking for as many arrows as could be spared. Then he took off his boots, and gave them to another, saying it wasn't far where he was going. Here he lies now. Time was, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine doing what he did. He didn't hold fast to much of a privateer's life. No pirate captain was going down with her ship, and any pirate who's looking to loyal more than gold is liable to have his throat slit. But now, gotta be better than that, don't I? Gotta be more like Agamar. Aye, adventurer, are ye? Seems a shame for you to come all the way out here without more to show it for it. How about a bit of luck of hunting? There's a few killer mantises about on account of a hatchling we missed. Commander sent me hunting parties to collect 10 and 6 heads. There's no more than 20 in the clutch. You can handle the last 4? I think there's probably more than 4. Tell him there's a white mage around because of the earthquakes. Keep using my rock attacks and I'll be on a roll. Nasty critters, those killer mantises. I'm sure Agamar wouldn't have wanted anyone dying near his resting place. Good hunting, adventurer. See how the shadows grow. It's time to return to the gate. Aurora said we'll be testing a new cannon. Like to blow himself to bits without me about. You can collect your pay from the captain, commander at Skull Valley. Be well, adventurer. Dove go with ye. Drumstick! We away. Ah, Sheila. You know, familiar face around these parts. What brings you here? The rest of the killer mantises. Well done! I must commend Sergeant Recker for his quick thinking. You have the things to this camp. Sometimes I fear that we will lose the war against the Sergeants. We're having to deal with pests and beasts. Herself wants a word with humble adventure. I hear you're leaving us, Sheila. It travels fast in this encampment. Perhaps you can assist us with one last time before your journey's out. The cat and the dog are fighting. The cat and the dog are fighting. I have dispatch here from Maelstrom Command for Commander of the Yellow Jackets. You've been investigating this restaurant story. It seems that I'm taking an adventure of excellent dispute and pleasing manners to complete the work. Now, if you... Yes? Ah, this is you he speaks of course. Well, Camp Skull Valley would be glad to aid the mansion to repute, carry out the command. There's a better force to then times I'm happy to withdraw my men in the game. And making now to locate him and tell him that the mission is complete, and he is ordered to report back to Skull Valley. Hold until relieved. Them some goblins right there. Alt adventurer, do you mean to enter Stafford's secret? I would advise against it. You'll likely perish in the labyrinthian depths. Trust me. Were it not for sheer strength of will, I'd not be standing here. What am I doing out here, you ask? This is a comely spot for strategizing, I find. Far better than the labyrinth depth of the cave, friend. And there, none shall hear you scream, particularly since everybody else has been reassigned. Me? Me as well, you say? Back at Camp Skull Valley and away from the labyrinthian depths of this hellhole. Most excellent. I have my principles and would willingly have sacrificed my life in this mission, but I'm not grievously positioned to you. I bid this got good day. I'm pleased to set the forward on the battlefield, not crawling around a dark cave with a coil of rope and sheaves of paper, fearing I shall never see daylight again. I warn you, friend, there's much danger in those depths. It is... What is the word? Labyrinthian, I tell you. I think I opened the dungeon. That's neat. Shazam! Oh, what can I do? This meat must be delivered to Sanctum of the 12 before the rite. The Moonslayer be my head. It'll have my head. Where are these gnats circling around, attracted to the sweet smell of the honey? They'll never make it a sanctuary in one piece. It'd be too much of a trouble to ask you to escort me. I could pay you with part of what the moonshiners give me. There are many quests around here that are roughly the same level as what I am. But I have already expended my allotted time for the day, for the game, so that'll be the end for today. Hopefully next time I will not trip up on wording as much, and I will be able to pronounce some things, but probably not. Till next time, bye-bye.